If I drift off to the side, just
bring you back. Bring you
give me
right
a
back.
little nudge.
I got you.
Take it away, Brian.
The first question I wanted to ask was, how did you find? I mean, I know like you've done Ender's Game and stuff like that, so you've worked with a lot of like CGI. How was it for this? Like, I mean, how do you find working with CGI in general? Like,
Well, it was interesting. I had definitely walked into this feeling like I, had gotten my feet wet with the CGI in the CGI world, having done Ender's Game.
Yeah.
But one thing I was very quick to realize was that in Ender's Game, I mean, the majority of that film took place in front of a green screen,
Yeah.
but I had other actors. And in this film, there was very little green screen. I was very much in the real world, just with nothing around me and
Like a
nothing
tennis ball,
to talk
literally.
to. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, people ask me if Bumblebee and I got along, and tell him he's got the emotions of a tennis ball. So that was quite a challenge, not having anything to act with, especially in the more emotional moments. But yeah, imagination was put to the test, and my director Travis Knight was a great help with that.
yeah, because I mean, he's coming from like a background in animation and what have you. I mean, was there anything? I mean, like you worked with the Coens and True Grit, and you worked, how did you find him as a director? Being the fact that this was his first live action film, I mean, was there anything you kind of picked up on, or?
Absolutely. I do feel like his background in animation gave him the opportunity. I think he really was able to see the end result of this
Sure.
film and what it looked like. And not only was he able to see it, he was able to translate verbally what it looked like. And because of that, everyone in the room was on the same page and knew exactly what was going on most of the time. I, if anything, was the one that didn't. But I tried to
Yeah.
stay up to par there. So yeah.
The music was really good in it. I mean, I know you're a singer yourself. I mean, did you have any input on the soundtrack or anything?
Well, what was so great about having this sort of built-in soundtrack for me was it was a way into the 80s and a way for me to feel like the time that we were spending, that we were living in, felt more authentic and felt more real. I think music is the quickest, strongest connection to anything, really. And I was able to participate in the soundtrack. I have a song called Back to Life.
Yeah, that's right. It's great.
Thank you so much, which was really cool to work on. It's been a dream of mine to have a song of my own and a film of my own, and I couldn't have asked for a better opportunity here.
Did you make it kind of like it has like I was listening to it like on the way over, and it was like it sounds like it could have been written in the 80s.
Sure.
And I mean that in a nice way.
Thank
like,
you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it was definitely important to me to sort of explore that era of music and make it feel as though it would represent the film and the time.
Yeah.
But also feel contemporary enough, to play in pop music today.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
What about I mean, I talked to Travis, and he said like we set this up as a standalone film, but if there was a sequel, sure, why not? Would you come back for a sequel?
I would love to. I mean, for many reasons. I think, Charlie Watson is one person when we meet her in the film, and she is completely, no pun intended, transformed into somebody else by the end. So I think even where we leave her, I think there's a lot of fire left in this one, and I would love to see where she might take us.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, like you're looking at your like filmography, like I think it's been so interesting. Like you've gone from, art house to blockbusters like this. Like, I mean, do you have like a kind of trajectory in your mind, or is it just whatever comes?
Well, it's a little bit of both. I mean, I know what I want, but I don't know that I could have ever planned how things have played out. I mean, starting with a Western, going to Shakespeare, to then sci-fi, to something like this. It's, again, never ever could have planned that. But I do love and feel like I've had the opportunity to make a film like this that feels so big, and then sort of make something on a smaller scale that's, just different on every level, and, have a different experience. But I love them both, and yeah.
Do you see yourself like moving into something? I mean, just like the fact that you're doing singing and acting. I mean, do you see yourself directing? Do you see yourself?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. I think I'm gonna stick with what I'm doing for now.
Yeah.
But there are definitely outlets in which I would love to explore directing and producing, which I've started to do so. But yeah, directing is definitely something I would love to do.
That's really cool. You mentioned producing. Anything you can tell us about? Or?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'm working on a show right now with Apple called Dickinson, based on Emily Dickinson, the poet, whom I play. And we will wrap up the first season at the top of the year.
Cool.
This is my first time really working on TV, so
yeah.
it's an interesting transition.
It's very full on, isn't it? TV, like.
Yeah, it moves very fast. I
Yeah.
mean, to go from a film like this where you can spend 3 days on one scene, one action sequence, to then shooting 5 scenes from 2 different episodes in one day, it's
It'll fry your brain, I would imagine.
100%.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna leave it there.
Awesome.
Thanks
Thank you
a
so
lot.
much.
They're calling an army.
I've seen firsthand, these things really are.
Bumblebee. There is only one way to end this war. You must protect Earth and its people.
Take it down!
My back, me!
This is how we stop them. You've got me. And I'm not going anywhere.